Man, it's pretty out here. So, some good news. As you can see, the leach field is good to go. So, we ran the camera, ran the jet down it. It took 300 gallons of water. So we do not have to replace the leach field, which is good news. So we'll only have to replace this tank that basically doesn't exist anymore. It's entirely collapsed, but that'll save us some money and just some work. So we only have to worry about doing the tank, and then they'll just be able to connect it directly to the leach field. Well, I'll put an asterisk on that because we're still waiting on the state to get back to us, but we have a good relationship with the state guy, so it should just be a tank replacement. So all good news there. That's going to get taken care of. Coming inside, the guys have been framing all day today, and we've done some slight changes. So one of the changes that we did was, if you can remember from the old videos, this was originally just a really small window, but my parents recommended that we blow it up and make it way bigger. And I really like that idea, so we went ahead and did that. So as you can imagine now, we're going to have a row of cabinets, and then we'll probably have some open shelving right here. Tomorrow, the HVAC guy is coming out, and this is going to become the return. We need to wait on his measurements to ensure that, to get his exact measurements before we start framing this all out, because what we're going to do now, instead of doing a pantry with the door and everything, we're just going to do some pantry cabinets and just some cabinetry on this wall over here. And that'll save us some space and be a little bit more utilitarian, because you won't have to be messing with a door, trying to figure out how you're going to get in there and everything, and do some shelving in there. So we'll make it feel a little bit more open, and then we'll have still plenty of storage, because, it's going to be storage. There'll be cabinets over here above all the sink and the range and everything, so more storage. So I'm not really worried about the storage. And then the only other change we did is, I'm stepping on all these 2x4s right now. We're going to get rid of these. There were walls here. We were going to put them back in that run right here and cover the side of the cabinets, and one for the fridge. We're just going to leave those out, make it feel much more open. So good changes. Everything's kind of rolling along. The other thing that happened today is, you can see that we got rid of that door and we put in just the window. So no more door here. This is going to be the laundry room, but you'll still have that window for plenty of natural light. So things are looking good. It's getting a little hectic. I didn't realize, hey, you're going to have to start planning the kitchen so early in this process. But I'm probably going to have to start after we figure out how big the return is. I'm going to have to go out and talk to some cabinet guys and see what we can do, and then pick out appliances as well, so we know all those measurements. And then we can start building from there. But the kitchen is definitely a lot harder than I thought. I've never really done a kitchen before. I've done bathrooms, but those are usually pretty easy. So feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but it's rolling along. They're getting the framing done. They're getting the electrical done. We've pulled permits for inspections for the electrical. You can see they're getting all the boxes in for outlets, and I'm just trying to think like 4 steps ahead, so that, we're not going to forget anything or miss anything during this process. So we'll see where it takes us. All right, it's Thursday. We just hit the end of the day. Things are coming along pretty well. As you can see, we've got more of these walls all framed out. We're still waiting to do the master, but it's much cleaner in here. We have our big window. Electrician came today, and we got our approval for the first inspection, so we can get our electric turned on for 45 days. We just had a contractor come out here to measure the cabinets to get everything going. They're giving me some good ideas for what we should be doing. But measuring for cabinets and countertops. And as you can see, our HVAC tech came out. He covered up the return, or the duct that's right here. We're going to end up putting probably a better piece of subflooring over that, but then it's going to all be covered with the LVP. Subfloor is coming up here soon. We're still finishing the framing. The only issue we ran into is that, unfortunately, where this rot is under this door, it actually traveled fairly far under this. So we're replacing the slider tomorrow. And then because we have to anticipate for the concrete that's going to be poured next week, it butting up against the house, and we're not going to have access to that. And then also it looks like in this room, this is a laundry room. It looks like, if you can tell, this wood is all rotted, and this is where the washer was. So this wood on the outside also needs to be replaced. Probably some of the subfloor under here as well, but it doesn't feel squishy. But we're going to go ahead and replace a lot of this as well. And it unfortunately travels almost all the way to the corner of the house. So it's something you just got to get done. It kind of sucks, but we're going to do it. Now's the time. So just part of the process right now. Things are really looking good though. This whole half of the house is done with the framing. As you can see, they're wiring up the electrical, and then electric and framing should probably be done early next week, and then we'll go into plumbing. And from plumbing, after that's done, it's all going to start moving pretty quickly. Next week is actually going to be, we're pouring concrete, and then the following week we're going to start on siding, and then the following week after that is going to be the HVAC. So it's coming quick. I'm really excited to get the siding on. We have to decide on what we're going with. But that's going to really be a big change of the house and kind of the first cosmetic change as well. So stick with us. I'll show you the process. The next clips are probably either going to be the septic or the concrete, but you'll know it when you see it. I lied. We're going to show you the slider and what we're going to be doing today. So we got it over from the house, and you can see what we have to replace over here. This door, like I said, the house was vacant. I found out it's been vacant for like 4 years, not 6, but it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, we already know what's happened. So, but as you can see, this door was left open. A neighbor told me for like 3 years or the entire time. So water got in and it rotted out the siding pretty bad, or the plywood under it. So we got to go through and replace all that today before the concrete gets poured, because the concrete is going to be getting poured up to the edge of the slider, and then it'll come out like a foot. So once we have the concrete poured next week, we're not going to be able to work with this. So that's kind of the priority for today, just to knock it out. So they're going to put in the new slider. And then I'll show you over here as well. Over here, they have to do the same thing, but this one was because the laundry machine, sorry, I was having a brain fart. The laundry machine rotted, or was leaking, and then rotted out basically almost all the way down to the side of the house. So it kind of sucks. A little more money, a little more work, but we got to tackle it now. It's been about a week, so I thought I'd come and give you guys another update. So not much has changed inside. We do have electric on. The permit came through, and we have a 45-day release on right now. Most of the framing has been complete, where you can see that they filled in the old piping holes, and they're building out the walls. So this is going to be where the new shower goes in the master, and then they're framing out the old shower with the closet. It's going to be a 24-inch door. And then that's going to be your toilet. We've covered up the return, and we put in the new window here to replace that door, and the new slider is in over here, as well as the rotten wood has been removed. They fixed the rotting wood in some other spots in the house as well. And so this week, we're doing a lot of electrical work. You can see all the lights. A couple of them are laid out on the ground for where they're going to go. And then concrete got delayed because we got a lot of rain this week. So concrete's going to be happening this week. I'll show you that. And then the other good news, and really the only other change, is that our septic permit also came through, and we just have to replace that tank, which is going to happen not this week, but the following. So I'll show you all the concrete when that comes in, because that's going to be a big project this week. And it might end up replacing this sliding door. I was just messing with it. I don't love it. So might end up changing that out. But we'll see. It's something that you can always change in the future, but now would probably be the best time. So bear with us. I'll keep you posted on anything that happens this upcoming week, but it's been a while, so I just wanted to put in a Quick update just to show you guys what's been going on lately. It's not perfect, a little less gravel than I thought, but we'll see what some rain does. It'll probably bring it down, but now we have more of a defined driveway. Hey guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video and this update for the house. I understand that these videos aren't exactly the best. It's a lot of me just walking around and talking. I am using contractors, so I don't really wanna come out here and be in their face all the time with the camera, just in case they don't want that. And honestly, I'm taking all these videos, not to make like the best YouTube channel in the world, but honestly for my own personal records, to look back on these moments and kind of see and remember all this time and all this stress. And then to use this if we ever go to sell the property in the future, to show the next buyer, hey, this is what it looked like, this is everything that we're doing. So I say that I just want to set expectations for these videos. I know that they're not all perfect, but thank you for watching them and bearing with me. Like I said, I am going to take a pause on this video and just make this a stopping point. There's kind of a lot going on that I'll explain in the next video, but there's a couple of little problems we ran into. Nothing detrimental, but definitely makes it feel overwhelming. We're moving along, but like any project, it's just slowly but surely. So thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for watching these videos. I promise there's going to be more. I'm going to try and show as much as I can. But for now, I'm going to end it on this video, and we'll pick it up from here. I'm going to start filming the next one and showing you guys the problems, but I didn't want this video to just go on with a bunch of different rambling and jumbling pieces. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode and the next update. So thank you.